I'm packing my bags and going. It's a challenging act. It's a balancing act. Visit beautiful places. It's more out here than
supreme being, supreme light. I manifest the knowledge for wisdom to shine bright. How you think you see the moon unless in the sun bright? Women claim independence, you can never dim the light.
Solomon's Temple. Go where the kings go.
Y'all miss me, y'all miss my voice. You already know the vibes. It's Naga's radio station, and we still turned up all day, every day, man. If you ain't going to the radio station, you missing out on good music. Let's upload new commercials. You know what I'm saying? New processes. It's in the air. It's in the air. And you know, Naga is a promotion beast. It's what I do. I get out here and I show that love. You already know the vibes. Come through to Naga's radio station. If you want to get music slots, opportunities, advertisements, whatever you need, hit me up. We making these things happen on the bigger scale. Now we taking it to the next level. Promotion team is strong. You know what I'm saying? So stay tuned. Inbox me. Connect me. Whatever you need. Whatever I'm saying. If it fits you, holla at me. I got you. You already know the vibes, man. This is Naga on Naga's radio station. Hit me up so I can get you in rotation.
Welcome to Solomon's Temple, where you can get herbal products, organic herbs, spiritual supplies, crystals and incense, candles, books, spiritual consultations, and life coaching. Solomon's Temple. You can contact us at 803-661-8945. That's 803-661-8945. And also, if you would just like to go to our website, you can contact us at www.solomonshealinggarden.org. That's www.solomonshealinggarden.org. We're located on 7201 Park Lane Road, Suite C, Columbia, South Carolina, 29223. That's 7201 Park Lane Road, Suite C, Columbia, South Carolina, 29223. See you there.
Supreme Rising. It's early, but take the opportunity to share some knowledge. I don't know, something was solidifying in my head, so take the opportunity to share some knowledge. Just want to play my background music. Salute to 7 grams. I did advertising for him, and so often you may hear me play his music.
Mother sunrise.
I was watching Ocean. It was interesting. We've always had an affinity to try to get a balance of what's for you, what you can do, and what you can't do as far as reality. And ultimately, the trap was set up for you to appear particular ways in society, so therefore you can have the judgment placed. Judgment can be placed unless it is accepted. People can say what they want, but unless you accept their judgment, it doesn't really matter, right? And ultimately, most people gain power by judgment. That's the only way they can gain power is by redirecting the way one person may perceive you or how they look at you. The reason why I titled this coming back to the earth is because I always be in the heavens. I always be flying through the universe, you know what I'm saying? And I really don't look at the particular things that go on earth too much. Like, I don't put my energy into it because it doesn't really make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, people should be able to be and do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's, and I can't say if you want to kill yourself, so be it. You know what I'm saying? You want to do something into a stupor, so be it. You know what I'm saying? That's your life. Being strong enough to deal with a person's choices is the difference. It's not about what people do and you stopping them from their reality. It's about allowing that to happen. You're not to pass judgment on people. That's divine's job, no matter what it looks like or what you think you're going to do as far as the understanding. I smoke the way I want. Period. Sometimes I smoke a blunt. Sometimes I smoke roaches. Sometimes I smoke a flavored tobacco mixed with different herbs and shit like that because it tastes good. That's just what I like to do. I can't speak for everybody else. That's me. I wouldn't care what everybody else did at the end of the day. That's what I like to do. You know what I'm saying? And I heard Osho say, when we do earthly things, it's like being a child. You're just extending the value of your coming into the world as if you were on the nipple. And that was particular as far as the insight, because ultimately that's what people are trying to do, right? Still satisfy your earthly coming. So this is what pushes people into doing all types of different things, even out of positive energy. But it's a balance, because positive and negative is the same energy on both sides of the coin, right? So people do negative things also trying to gain the same attention from mother, even if mother wasn't there. Me personally, I never had that particular contingency to please. And when I was younger, yes, I might have wanted to please my mother. But as I got older, I really didn't care about who was pleased in my life. And ultimately, it's about me pleasing myself. But it's a level of power that comes with knowing you. It's a level of power that comes with you being comfortable within yourself. And that power that comes with that is subsequently not based on the retrospect of how others may see you. It's just you being happy with your own personal decisions. Now, ultimately, you have situations that take place when it comes to you learning how to satisfy yourself in these different aspects. So you're gonna learn how to hurt yourself first before you learn how to satisfy yourself, because this is teaching moderation. This is teaching gauge, right? You're gauging the existence of the particular values that you might want to engage in. You know what I'm saying? So judgment is ill because it's placed in different situations. The karmatic value of having contrast as a reality, it's a double-edged sword, to where some things you would not particularly place your judgment on, other things you may want to because of their severity. But then I start to weigh the options to these particular notions, and I say, how can they even the heinous things, because people have to take responsibility in their lives, right? So you can't be so oblivious to where, oh, me, Billy, and Sarah was walking down the street and all of a sudden something just happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that's proper care for a retrospect in some people's lives. Like, some people go off of the handle because of no protection or no oversight. So you didn't even get a chance to read about what you want to get into. You just started doing shit because you've seen people doing it. And this is majority of the time a large contingency to analyze the option of how one may enjoy your life is based off the retrospect of some people just had doing it with no regard, or doing it whatever they're doing at its most sloppy and egregious excess in a aggressive way, right? Or you have some people that live in moderation, but they experience life to the fullest. They moderate every single thing that they do, so they get to experience life to the fullest. These retrospects don't separate the two individuals from experiencing a level of life. It just basically speaks to how one chooses to experience a level of life. I know you're not going to drink a cup of hot magma. Shit, the magma might not sit inside the cup, more or less be able to drink it. But I seen a guy stop at a gas tank and take a shot of gasoline and drink it. Like somebody poured him a shot of gasoline right out of the hose. He drank it out of a cup and ran up the street. I actually saw this as a particular, and the dude looked pretty rough, so if he's going around drinking gasoline, who am I to tell him not to drink gasoline? I wouldn't do it, If his body can take it, that's him. That's an experience for me to watch. I'll get a chance to see an individual drink gasoline. That's just the bottom of that understanding. What do you do with that? Do you say, this is immoral, this is a sin, do not drink gasoline? No, that's his choice. That's his experience. I don't know what people live through to ultimately say what you can and can't do. And when you look around the earth, you see different cultures of people doing different things. You see concentrated values of all types of particular strengths and manners that exist in their ways of living. And ultimately, to travel to these places mean you're going to experience the value of what one culture or one individual may have fun like. So when we speak to fun, we have the falsified level of fun where people want to give you what they consider to be fun, and you are trapped in their world as aspect. This is resorts and and whatever comes with that. That's somebody's ideal of what they want people to have fun like. Then you have a place or places where you go and you have tribes and you have villages and you have cultures and people do things you've never seen in your life. They do things things you've never experienced, and you might look at these things and say, wow, how are they able to do these things? Why are they able to do these things? And to question these particular values only speak to the fact that this directly not for you. So manifesting the great value of what serves you out of the impression of other people's consequence or repercussion is basically the way you should be living. Life is always going to be packed full of directions and choosing and funny words and statements, papers and legislations, and everybody having a narcissist aspect to try to control some particular value of existence. When in fact, life is for experiencing. It's for experiencing through the way you particularly see in your eyesight and your understanding and your feelings. You are a light inside of darkness. Everybody's going to do this shit different. But it's not for you to judge the levels of existence of life. Yes, it may get dark, it may get nasty in some aspects, but that's just where you're standing at, visualizing these things or experiencing these things. You're standing in a place where it may seem this way to you. If you want to see something different, you move yourself. You move yourself out of that existence. You want to experience something else, do not judge. You move yourself out of the existence. That's the bottom line. That's how this works. For you to constantly look outside of yourself to judge one's actions, it shows that you're not experiencing what life's supposed to be for you. You're too busy judging. How can you do that? And this is the bottom line. Like, how can you actually have a fulfilled life when everything you do is potentially off worrying about what the next person has going on in their life? You're not focusing on yourself. Then you're not missing out what's possibly for you, because your time is now multiplied in a aggressive way to have an outward direction of looking. You're looking outward yourself. This is Earth. This is a plane of existence. This is where light meets the physical combination. This is where the non-ether flung out the existence and it landed and started formulating into its own physical capabilities and comprehensions. Nowhere in that understanding did it set that we were supposed to judge one another for their actions. You just have to look up and see where you are, and if you're in a place to where you cannot enjoy your existence, move.
For the sunrise,
Whatever that means for you, move. Move to where you can be in a place to where your existence is enjoyed to its fullest capability. That's the choices you have. But ultimately, to stop that, you have to deal with more rhetoric. You're gonna have to, because it's a push through. This is what the world has become today. A million miles of people wanting to correct your particular value, groups and herds of people concerned about the outcome of what you do when they particularly don't play no outcome in what you can do. This is not life. This is control. In its finest aspect. If you have everything to say about what I do, but you won't help what I can do, what does that mean? It speaks to the truth all the time. That's why I don't listen to nobody. And that's why I don't hold no respect for nothing that doesn't hold respect for me. There's no room for it. There's no room for me to walk around on tiptoes and, oh, you're this, you're that. Don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, you don't treat me a certain way, I'm not going to treat you a certain way. That's how I've always been. I'll give unconditional love naturally. As soon as you start judging me, then that comes out of that particular energy. It just goes away. Like, I lose the contingency, and I don't have to hold that shit for no one. This is a reality. You don't have to hold a level of respect for no one. It's a choice. If I choose to do it, you have to give that reciprocity. And if you don't, I can choose to stop it any given time I want to. Life consists of you being comfortable within yourself. What does that mean for you? You can't be comfortable in yourself even if someone allows you to be. And you notice I said even someone allows you to be. Because most people don't get to do what they want to do unless they're told to. That shows your value. Like, you have to wait to be told what to do. We don't do that. That's not a reality. Some people have to live on those type of terms. I understand it. You don't want to live on no other terms. You'd rather be told what to do. You'd rather see it look right and feel it that it's right and then run that way. You have to be taught. You can't create. And if you see a creator or a person living comfortably in their energy that disturbs you, it disturbs you only because lack thereof of what you do for yourself. Like, I've seen situations where people are doing a little next to nothing, and they're still judged for what they're doing because it's enjoyable just to them. Because it's enjoyable just to them. Doesn't matter about anything else. You love that shit, and because you love it, everybody else has something to say about it. They don't put nothing into it, didn't help you get or obtain what you're trying to do, but they got everything to say about it. It's a reality. That's control. You have to be bold enough to experience your life. Listen to what I'm saying to you. You have to be bold enough to experience your life. And when you are simultaneously becoming bold enough to live you, you're going to be opposed with everything that can't live their self. Understand what this means. When you are bold enough to live your life, you will be faced with everything that is not bold enough to do so. You will have every concept of reality opposed to you that's not bold enough to do so. You have every concept of reality that seeks to control some form of aspect, that wants to get a voice, because now you've become a platform. A platform is only a place of risen, an aspect of rising. So in order to be the highest voice, people have to stand on the shoulders of what's climbing. It doesn't matter where you're climbing to. It just matters if you're able to. So when you climb and you rise and you go to particular heights and you're standing above things, people seek to stand on your shoulders. And whatever that means, and the only way people can ultimately get to stand on your shoulders is by trying to bring down the things that you're doing. That is focus. So if I can focus on something particularly that you're doing and then tell you how it's not correct or get a bunch of people to speak on it, that's allowing me a ladder to climb up to the shoulder length of where you are to get an ear, to gain an ear. So the ear is in the head is above the shoulders. If you're on the height of climbing, somebody can get to your shoulder and have a conversation with what you're doing. You've allowed someone into your world. You can say anything you want. It don't mean I'm gonna listen to you. That's just that's my reality as far as I'm concerned about a lot of things. I listen, I hear a lot of shit, but I don't pay attention to a lot of shit because it doesn't quite make any sense to me. So before I sit there and rack my mind on why it doesn't make sense, I just let it go. So that shit ain't for me because it don't make sense. If it was for me, Divine would have let me see it as such. You know what I mean? Like pushing past shit, I don't do that no more. You know what I mean? I used to be like, yeah, I'm gonna try to understand this shit. I ain't trying to do none of that. What I understand is what I understand. What I don't, it'll come to me. And if it's not, if it don't come to me, it's not for me to know. Stay in my lane. You know what I mean? That's the fun part. You get to stay in your own lane. Like that's actually fun in life. When you stay in your own normality. You know what I'm saying? Some people like to jump out of their shit. I can't jump out of my normality. Like it is what it is. I'm not gonna unless I know that it's definitely a great change with it and it's benefiting me, then sure. But why do that? Why put yourself at a detriment at the understanding of somebody else's consequence? You know what I'm saying? People they speak fear. This is the reason why you have rules. It's speaking fear. Don't do that because so and so can't do this. Don't do that because this can't happen. Don't do this. But that's one thing that don't really fly with me, telling me what to do. It don't work, yo. But so long, I'll deal with it. No matter where it's coming from, parents, a job. Like you ain't gonna boss me around. I don't give a shit what you think. You got me here because what? I'm capable of doing something. You know what I'm saying? So let that be. That's how I look at shit. Let that be, or you're in the way. You know what I mean? And I think that causes me to look at shit different. I've always had a respect for what needs to be respected. Otherwise, if I don't see it as such, I'm going to judge it. I'm going to be like, nah, that's for me. So my judge is based around the value of me being free or being contained. So that's when you get me to judge something. When you are trying to contain me, no, I'm going to judge it. Because I don't want to be contained. And I have that choice divinely placed to experience what I want to experience. To go forth in life and experience what I want to experience. That's not selfish. That's what it's supposed to be. And once you learn these things in life, you can teach what you create, the things you've experienced. So those creations can stand on your shoulders and go further. See what happens ultimately. Most people get jealous of their creations. They speak to the wrong value when it comes to their creations. They don't harness the capability of what they are as a creation. So instead of them looking at life in a different light, they look at it like, well, since I didn't do it, I'm not going to allow you to get anywhere. You're not this, you're not that. I'm going to prove it by stopping these things. Does that speak to the power of the individual, or does it speak to the controlling aspect of one's mind? It doesn't say anything about the righteous aspect of allowance or judgment. It speaks about your inadmissibility to understand one's fortuitive growth in their own life. So that means you're interfering. It doesn't speak to anything else. Religion can't do it. Science can't do it. So when they do speak towards it, it's speaking to interference. So majority of the time, things that are happening in life is interferences with people's personal understanding and growth. How do you interfere with someone's life because you think you have a judgment on it. And this is ultimately the issue. We can't fix these problems unless we put all the conversations in the right box. You have to be able to separate these understandings and put them in the right box so therefore you can address them correctly. It's not about saying, oh, well, you're doing this or you're doing that. No, where do you think you get the audacity to judge my capabilities as far as my existence? My existence states that I can go forth and experience whatever I need to. Who tells you that I can't experience what my life has to offer for me? What gives you that authority? Especially when you're not equal or lesser than me as a particular value. And then who speaks to what's equal to you but divine? You choose equality. You choose what's collective. You choose what you believe to be the same energy as you. I don't give energy to shit to say, oh, you're like me. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stop that shit right there. I'm going to be the first one to tell you, no, you're not like me. You got to do your own thing. And I remember back in the day when we was growing up and shit. And we used to smoke facials. That's what we used to call it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas roll up their own blunts or whatever. And our term was facial. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we used to be like, yo, that's a facial. Like instead of niggas walking up on you asking, yo, can I hit your blunt? Yo, can I smoke with you? You know, niggas do like that. You know what I'm saying? Niggas will walk up on you back in the day. You're like, they'll ask you, yo, that's facial. You be like, facial? Facial. You know what I mean? Or you walk through the block where before a nigga asking you something, they smell that good. You be like, facial. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be like, yo, what you say? Facial, nigga. Ain't nobody smoking with me. Like, yo, come on now. Ain't no come on nothing. You deaf. You feel me? Like, it was a sternness that came to protecting your own value. You know what I'm saying? Like, but when it came to like food and water, yeah, we'll share food and water all day. Niggas I grew up with in the hood, yeah. If niggas I grew up with up north, if a nigga went to the pizza shop and he got a slice, he gonna bring back a slice for everybody that he chilling with. That's food. You break bread with niggas. That's divine. You're supposed to share food with your brothers. You're supposed to share water with your brothers. You're supposed to. That's divine. You don't eat next to your brother and your brother don't eat. What the fuck is wrong with you? That's divine. You're supposed to do that. But your experience is different. Like, I don't go lay with the women you choose to lay with. You know what I'm saying? I don't jump in the experiences you chose to go partake in with yourself. You can express those experiences to me to teach me about the world. You can tell me about them. But for me to tag along and jump into your shit, that's not something I'm supposed to be doing. That was your choice. You see? This is a reality that people are not understanding correctly. But ultimately, if it's my choice, you're supposed to help me solidify that choice. If that's what I want to do, and I'm a minor and I'm growing into that value, you help me make that choice reality. That's you solidifying my choices in the future, saying that whatever I choose to do can be laid, and here's help to allow you to get to that direction. That's me building up the aspect for you to experience anything you want in the future. That's how you give that to your youth, by allowance. That teaches you unconditional love. So then even when you do such, you put love into it, and the person that you are teaching that they can experience life now feels complete because they say to themselves, you know what? I was taught I can love my choices. Whatever comes with that, whether it ends up good or bad, you still get a chance to fully immerse yourself in that so you can understand these particular values. Ultimately, different people and their inadequacy is always going to hold them to a particular way of thinking and looking at things. And when this takes place, ultimately, only thing that's happening is these individuals are shying away from their own existence. You got too much time on your hand to think about other people, and that's some real shit. You got too much time on your hands. Our job is supposed to be fortuitive. That's what we are, fortuitive growing people. We grow forward. everything that has to do with stagnation has to do with control. So when you seek these characteristic traits, you are stopping your existence. I don't make this shit up. I just read it right. And this is the truth. I just read it right. And then it starts to look as if you are another creature because of how charismatic you live your life, how smooth you move within the way you want to do certain things. You know what I'm saying? It starts to look different. It starts like, oh my God, that just looks so cool. That's because when you coming from ain't teaching you how to experience your own damn life. They not showing you shit. They controlling the hell out of you. So you over there like, as soon as I get a chance to get a soda, I'm gonna open it that way. when, when I get a chance to get me a slice of pizza, I'm gonna hold my pizza like that. When I get my clothes, I'm gonna wear my clothes like them. What the fuck is that? I understand flattery, but I also understand the property too. I understand flattery when a person, wants to copy you because you do good shit and your energy is strong and all that, and it can get on somebody, and your energy can get on them, and you like, yo, that's dope because they loving your energy. All right, cool. But let's state some realities. A person who's not free in their own actions or their own mentality, and you have to look towards something else to be what you are. That shows you've been deprived of understanding how to go forth and obtain your own wants and needs in life. That's what it explains, because you have to go copy something to get to a higher level of yourself. That means you haven't had a repeat process of winning your thoughts in your own life. You have to win your own thoughts. You have to win by doing what you want to do. And when you win by executing things that you want to exceed in life, it starts to give you a different value of existence. It speaks to your capability of being able to experience what you choose. Listen to what I'm saying. This speaks to your capability of being able to receive what you think and what you choose. When you're sitting there like, I don't know what I like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Well, you ain't experienced that enough. You ain't experienced being able to do that for yourself enough. Yeah, you can go right into somebody's family and see control, but like, damn, you've been controlled like a motherfucker. That's why you don't want to do shit. But that's why you talking about we can't do this, we can't do that. It's weird. I see people in some of the most coolest, calmest, laid back situations, and they shook in their own shit. I won't do this. I ain't doing. Why? You won't do nothing else. And then I started laughing because I've already experienced a certain level of aggressed value, right? So it's like I see it as nothing. You know what I'm saying? But somebody else may see it in the same spot like it's the most detrimental thing on the planet. Like, no, we can't do that. Why? What's gonna happen? You'll do shit else. You know what I mean? So it's like some energies try to pull you out of your shell, some energies try to keep you in your shell. And this is a reality. I don't come down to earth often, so respect this knowledge. Support the live stream too. I come down to earth, it's something I got to say. You know what I mean? Majority of the time, my head really flying through the clouds, yo, and I'm just like, yo. Oh goodness! And my birthday coming up, May 25th. My birthday in 4 days. In 4 days, I'll be 44. In 4 days, I'll be 44. 444. I wrote a song called 444. Back in the day, she was pretty quiet too. The bars. 4 minutes for 4 minutes, and I was spitting. I ain't gonna even fret. That shit was fire. 444, 4 minutes for four, getting the 4 minutes, ripping the 4 minutes, and 4 then. Before they knew it, it was a 4 runner to come 4 niggas to 4 runner. I can't remember how that shit go. I gotta hear it again. I don't even know where that song at. It might be on YouTube somewhere. I think it's on my other old YouTube account. And I mean, but Yeah, just thoughts, yo. Let me turn this music up for a minute.
But see, the truth was always forbidden.
brother, 7
and black
grams right
love,
here.
it was not permitted. Now come, just follow me. Come heal with me. Let's escape the system. This is not living. See, we so
You know what? I
quick
got
to
like
judge.
300
Easy
subscribers.
to hurt. And who
If
hit
each one
harder,
of my
who hit
subscribers
first?
give me $44,
See, we
and
need
my
hate
cash
and
out with
love.
$44, I'll be
Unconditional
straight for my
love.
birthday.
See the
I
pain,
got like
see that what changed us.
300 subscribers, right? On my
Turned us
YouTube.
into
Each
distant
one of y'all,
strangers.
my YouTube,
See,
give me $44.
need love.
Everybody on my Facebook, give me $44. All my subscribers, all my followers. Everybody come through and just drop $44 in my cash app. It's my birthday. Let's see what the numbers say. I want everybody to do it, though. Everybody, every last person that's on my list. I don't care where you at. I need $44 in my cash app. Represent the 44s. Put the $44 in my cash app. Load it up. Everybody. My birthday in 4 days. 4 days. You got 4 days to put $44 in my cash app. And make sure that everybody you know, everybody that you know, gotta put $44 in my
Amen, like
cash.
church. Nigga
All my
came from the block.
subscribers,
I was raised from the
everybody
dirt.
that y'all know
The sun, Mother
individually, make
Earth.
them put $44 in my cash app.
Showed her all my
And
scars.
then go to other social media and tell them niggas to put $44 in my cash app too. Nigga post. Nigga picture me right now. Say this new birthday is in 4 days. $44 in this cash app.
I saw her rise like the
Hey.
sun. I fell in love with her golden locks.
So love to Naga.
We talked on the phone
I got
for
over 1,000
hours.
videos on YouTube in less than
And her
2 years.
smile was like the perfect flower. I could
That's
just stare at her
impressive.
for hours.
That's impressive, and it's pure
radiant
knowledge,
one.
like straight
My
from the
mother's
bottom
little
knowledge.
son.
To a
Mother's
person who don't
sunrise
got
has
no
begun.
conscience, who hasn't been woken up or nothing, you can start from the very first one of my videos and walk all the way up to where I'm at right now and learn how to transverse this whole existence. It's a fact.
Let's dance to the rhythm.
You can go to my first videos and walk all the way up to here. That's over 1,000 videos now.
Forbidden. And black
Over
love,
1,000, yeah.
it was not permitted.
Y'all not gonna catch up with me like.
Just follow me.
And what you think gonna be in 8
Let's
months?
escape the system. This is not
8 months is gonna be damn near another 1,000 videos.
We so quick to judge.
I'm gonna go back to editing.
Easy to hurt.
Things will get better.
And who hit
You
harder?
know what I'm
Who
saying? The
hit
shit will
first?
grow. Things gonna change.
See, we
I'll
need
go back to
H
editing,
love.
and what I was doing, I was editing like 5 videos a day.
See, that what changed us.
5 videos a day
Turned us into
for that amount of time.
distant
It's
strangers.
365 days in a year, right?
See,
5 videos a day. That's 5 times 300. Think about what I'm saying. 5 times 300, that's 1,500 right there. You know what I'm saying? If I go back to editing, I'm gonna hit about a band. Another band. That's like 2,000 something plus videos of direct knowledge of circumstantial situations in life, celestial downloads. You know what I'm saying? Released from the system mind. A frequency tuning mind. Being able to pull in vibrations of existence.
Mother
It's a
sunrise.
reality. It's a reality. This is what I am. This is who I am. I can pull in from the ether.
look. Amen, like church. Nigga came from the block. I was raised from the dirt. Mother, son,
Sorry,
mother,
I'm
earth.
coming at niggas next. They be like, yo, I'm gonna pull out the books.
Showed her all my scars.
Why you don't care, yo? Niggas been lying. Always been lying. Our whole existence, you still going for the lie.
Did she heal my
Been run to the
scars?
books. This book said, so what?
We could just
Why
chill
don't
and
care?
talk. I say space to trust.
Divine don't even
You'll
care.
be my only one.
Think about what I'm saying.
You'll be
Divine
my
don't even
only
care what
love.
those books
I saw her rise like the sun. I fell
Seriously,
in love
Divine is
with
like,
golden
he's not like, yo,
eyes.
go to the books.
We talked on the phone for hours. And her
Doesn't
smile
happen, yo. The
was
only
like
thing
the
that tells you to go to the
perfect
books
flower.
is the rulers of
I
this
could just
plane.
stare
It's
at her for
rulers of
hours.
this earth, like physical rulers of this earth that
Radiant
people call God and
My
stuff like
mother's
that.
little son.
That been here for a
The
long time.
sunrise has begun.
Yeah, these people, they don't talk to normal people.
Her voice
What
loud
they
like
do
an
is not the
African
particular
drum.
energy that we deal with. But it's beings that been here. Or what you want to call the ruler of the earth.
Elixir. Now let's dance
That
to
is
the
a
rhythm.
Lord.
But see,
That is a Lord.
the truth was always for
The ruler of the actual earth
and
is
black
still
love
living.
it was not permitted.
So
Now come easy to hurt.
Got me up here at 5 o'clock in the morning, so I'm going to jump on live.
See, we need H in love.
It's 6:04 right now.
Unconditional love. See the pain, see that what changed us. Turned us into distant strangers. See, we
Don't
need
be afraid to experience your life. And see, the more you learn to love or put love into yourself, what you're doing is you're ultimately learning that love is going to come off your fingertips. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you touch, everything that you involve yourself in is going to have love in it. Every time you hug someone, your embrace is going to be full of love. Every time you kiss someone, your kiss is going to be full of love. Every time you stare at someone, your stare is going to have love in it. Everything you
Mother
do,
sunrise.
conversation, actions, it's not just going to be tangible. Everything you do is going to feel like a million.
Look, amen like church. Nigga came from the block. I was raised from the dirt.
Don't get it
Mother,
mixed up in
sun,
your
mother,
mind.
earth. On the phone we talk. Showed her all my scars. Bullet wounds to the heart. She placed a hand on my back. She said, "Calm, my love."
Don't get it mixed up in your mind that
Come closer, my love. We could just
you have to do more than learn how to express yourself better. And majority of the time when you got blockages in the way you express yourself, that's because it's within the flow of things. We always speak into our individual powers and talking about what you are individually. You're only separating yourself from the whole. And that what's interesting about separating yourself from the whole, right? That's the only time you can actually have one thing shine is when it's separate from the whole. Like if you like pick up one diamond, right, and you hold the diamond up in the light, it's like, wow, look at that diamond. It's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? You're holding one diamond up in the light, but that one diamond by itself is not as valuable as all the diamonds together. You understand what I'm saying? Just like a drop of water. You can have a drop of water on your finger and the light hit it, and it looks like a beautiful picture as you hold the drop of water on your finger. But it's just a drop of water. Only when that water is added back to the ocean is it the force of the ocean. Makes sense, right? So this is why people are running to be separate, because they believe they'll shine or they'll have more attention singled out as one. That came from a culture of people who wasn't a part of anything, who was removed from the natural order of things. This is a culture of people that was removed from the natural order of things. And they were removed by people's hands in direction of what they placed or how they dealt with the particular cells that were given naturally. Cells were placed naturally. Situations were placed naturally. Growth was placed naturally. The order of situations was placed naturally. And what was going to come about was going to come about naturally. Things that came about out of unnatural formulations is when it was removed from the divine process. It didn't have to be some celestial beef that allowed something to be banished to earth. It didn't even have to be that. It had to be someone interfering with some shit that they shouldn't have been interfering with, and something came to life, but it came to life under the retrospects that wasn't put in natural order. That removed a situation completely from the divine pretense. It's like saying you're going to remake a car without the same things the factory used. The car works, it just don't work as good as the factory car. That means it can't be sustained as strong as what the factory would have did, because it didn't come from the source. It came from someone making a carbon copy of it. So that means it don't work as good. You don't make this shit up. It's just what it is. So questioning certain things, it started to build questioning certain things, it started to build false reality to the questions. Now you got people saying dumb shit, you know what I'm saying, about who's original, who's not, what's this and what's that. Just a bunch of dumb shit that it doesn't even hold no relevancy. Ultimately, the order of naturality, it speaks to the particular value. When it get hot outside, I start to glow. I get this beautiful dark oil that just floods my skin. I get this tinge, like this this glow, this golden greenish glow. Sometimes, I don't know, it's like to me, it's like a goldish greenish glow. Sometimes my skin get dark, I see like green coming. I don't know, maybe it's me. But yeah, that natural, that natural. I ain't gonna hold you.
For the sunrise.
Don't be afraid to experience life. You're gonna go places and you're gonna try to experience life, and people's experience, and even children that experience life, they're gonna outdo you because you're so shelled. You're so what's the word? Sheltered. So sheltered from anything, and what's the word? Conditioned not to even want to experience anything. It's crazy how people never get a chance to develop what's for them in life, and by the time you look up, you're too old to even make that decision because things has changed so much. You gotta think about these things, yo. Most of the time, people wasting their life thinking they following divine when in fact you following man. Because man wants to experience life. They don't want you to experience it. They know you're gonna make it better. Just think about what I'm saying. When you're good at everything, everywhere you go, it's gonna set the new mark of what's to be good, how it's supposed to turn out. I'm just saying. That's why they don't want your ass doing that. And think about this culture right now. Like even people who just been over here and you haven't accomplished anything, you can go other places right now and become something great because you know normal shit. You know hammering nails, you know. And you know what? I don't even think people know that shit no more. Like people don't know how to do regular work. Like go outside, like carve up trees. Like you should know how to walking around this country, you should know how to like trim trees with trimmers. You know what I'm saying? You should know how to cut grass. You should know how to landscape. You should know how to cut trees. You should know how to plant. This is normal things that you can walk down the street and see. In your eyes, you pick it up so much. You should know it as a second nature. Even if you never did it, like you should be like, nah, that's simple. It look like I can just do that with a little bit of, you know what I'm saying? Like, and this is the state of reality that we live in. There's so many things that we do, we have as potential, but we don't see them as traits or qualities. You rather sit here and go put your energy for something else. No, you can go somewhere and start a whole world with some of these ideas that are running around, some of the things that we've done here in this country. Anybody can. To expand the value, you got to pick the right stuff though. Don't take the bullshit out of here. Leave the bullshit. Take the good stuff and go start something new somewhere else. Make this shit up. That's the reality. We supposed to be going forth to prosper, showing experience. If you can be accepted in other cultures with new experiences, you just made something happen. This is fortuitive growth. This is the light traveling. Where will you travel with your light next? Where will you go and plant the seed of light next? It's up to you. It's your life. It's your existence. But don't allow your existence to be held back by rhetoric and falsity. Don't let someone tell you because of how they see things what your existence should turn out to be. Just saying. That's always going to be your fight. So don't get bogged down when you hear that things come at you that way. Just look at it like, mind your fucking business. And a lot of people are going to be hurt behind those sentiments. They're going to be like, we think you're talking to you. Mind your business. Shit don't got nothing to do with you. Don't care who you is. Go back to your life. Only thing they're going to do is fuel the fire. That's all they're going to do, talk more shit about your existence. That's all they're going to do. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, everybody wants something to do, but everybody can't do what you're capable of doing. You know what I'm saying? People got all the knowledge for you, but don't put you in a position of where you can be what you're supposed to be. It's almost like half feeding the animal. You know what I mean? Like, how can you represent the truth when you won't stand for it? You have to stand for it. And what that means for you and everything else. This is the true representation. If I was ever freed on the value of no actual situations that can actually hold me back, I would be walking around liberating motherfuckers all day, like, because I can. My conversation is so deep, my direction of handling things is so deep. To liberate a circumstance is easy. To actually go in someone's life and have a conversation with them about what they are and what they do, what they need, what they lack, what will make them better, and how to assess that and put it in motion and then walk away from it, that's power. You could literally make every person its own factory and see what come out of that. Some people ain't got shit in the factory. They'll just end up working with other factories because they're not really factories. You'll be able to see that. They'll be like, well, I don't need all that. I'll just I'll just do this with Ted, Bob. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll be that type of energy. Because everybody ain't on their own creative shit. They'd rather work with something. They'd rather be a part of shit. You know, like the ant mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like the herd mentality. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Everybody need help. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna need the crew members. You know what I mean? I'll be 44 in 4 days. Everybody in my Cash App send me $44. So everybody in my Cash App. Everybody on my subscriber list and my followers on YouTube and my TikToks and my Instagram. Everybody just send me $44. Everybody. Everybody. And everybody in y'all family too. Make everybody go get grandma. Tell grandma to pop a purse. $44. Everybody send me $44 on my birthday. I get $44 from everybody, my subscribers, I'll be straight. Give me $44 from all my followers, I'll be straight. Or you make sure everybody in your household send me $44. I don't care. Tell your husband get his ass up. Tell your wife get her ass up. We got to send Naga $44 a piece. A piece. And I need a note too, telling me how great y'all think I I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. I love y'all, man. I hope y'all have a great day. And be free. Be free in your own mind. Don't let nobody control you. I don't give a shit who got to say what. And if somebody want to have a conversation with me, I don't care who it is. Bring them, tell them to them come. Let's talk to Naga about it then. Actually, where you get that knowledge from, say, we go talk to Naga. That's all you gotta do. Be like, nah, don't come in my neck. We go talk to Naga. Yo, Naga says so. Don't get in an argument back and forth with them. Tell them they got something to say about what you learning from my page. We can go talk to Naga. Say, Naga talk to you. He'll tell you what you feel about it. I ain't gonna get back and forth with you. I'll let him explain it. And then come get me. Come get me. You can record it. I chop that shit up real quick. No matter what they think. After I beat it up, y'all can do what y'all want with that. Keep it 100. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I love y'all. Hope y'all have a great day, great morning, great rising, supreme rising. You know what I'm saying? Supreme rising. Excuse me. Make the right decisions in life so you can make it to 44. You know what I mean? You can still be looking good. Y'all go see me last year when I did my 43 joint. And I was like, yo, I just turned 43. Look at me. Do I look good with 43? Go look at the picture. It's a year's difference, but ain't much change. I think Divine gonna make us hold on. We're gonna hold on. We're gonna keep fighting. We're gonna keep the good fight. So hopefully, if I come back I said if I come back in 20 years, I look just like this. They be like, yo, 20 years ago, he was. How is this even possible? It's possible. That's why you gotta fight that line. It's some more knowledge I ain't get a chance to talk about yet, but I'm still formulating it. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole nother science and shit. It's time science, and this time science, I gotta put another name on it. You know what I mean? Because it's something else with it, and I'm noticing how particular things are taking place. You know what I mean? I'm noticing how it's like spaces. It's like spaces in between. It's small spaces in between when you should do shit and when you shouldn't do shit. You know what I mean? And it doesn't have to do with the experience. It has to do with life intake and certain things. There, you'll feel it as an energy when it's a heavy energy or a light energy. These different things kind of gauge how your life ages. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen them, like I've noticed them. And some of them I had no choice but to like digest that energy. You know what I'm saying? And I would like watch myself eating this age energy. And I'm like, there was no other choice though. You know what I'm saying? Like some of it comes with wisdom, so it kind of balances itself out. But I don't know, it's deep. Like it's more to it, and I ain't really getting into all of it yet. I'm still like assessing it. I'm watching the frequencies. I'm like reading the actual frequencies that come. You know what I'm saying? This is like to learn, to have a universal class, you have to be able to pull the frequencies out of the universe and lay them on a board. The board is etheric. You can't see none of this. You can't write none of this shit down. This is all vibes. And you have to be able to control the vibe frequency to actually watch it so you can learn from it. You know what I'm saying? So this takes patience. You know what I mean? This takes patience, and that is a different conversation within itself. And ain't none nigga gonna come up and say, yeah, I know what he talking about. Nah, you can't. Because most shit I talk about I create what I'm talking about as look, and it's not even as I go along. Most things I've been sitting with for a minute. And I use these different, the power with being able to mathematically design things is that you come up with mathematical equations all the time that don't exist. I'm a different being. I ain't like everybody else. So ultimately, you got to come build with me. Come sit down with me. Come pay some homage and some respect. Doesn't matter what you think about yourself. I respect what respects me. And if you come pay that homage to the energy, I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna give you something worth the value. 19 Keys, you wanna do a show? You wanna interview me? Who wanna interview the Don real quick? Holla at your boy. You already know the vibes. I ain't gonna hold y'all though. Naga.